Hey guys. Well, I've made several videos of me hiking into different parts in different places, right? But I don't know if I've ever made a video of hiking in northern Vietnam. So I'd like to show you where I am. It's beautiful. I was guided to this beautiful homestay I stayed at last night. I was wondering if it was going to be peaceful or not, because often I get something, I went to bed or tried to go to sleep early so that in case, Mr. Rooster in the area decided to tell me it was time to get up at 3 or 4 a.m. But interestingly, I did wake up and hear some roosters, but I think that, they were far enough away in the distance that, if it's right outside your door, it's one thing. If it's like half a kilometer away or something or whatever, it's like you hear it, but not really. It's not disturbing. So I actually slept pretty good. It was very peaceful. Like all I heard was that, the sound of those crickets or whatever they are at night, you often hear. It was like, what do you call it? It was like the opposite of what I'm been used to. So I have such an appreciation for peace. Like not just peace, but I mean like the sound of quiet. There is a sound for quiet. I remember, I'll never forget, the most profound silence I've ever experienced was in Alaska. I remember hiking into a mountain and I sat at the top and there was nothing. Like there was nobody, there was no animals, there was nothing. And I remember sitting there for a while and it was like in almost an eerie silence that it was such a deep silence that I'd never even experienced before. And I I remember thinking, I'm never gonna forget this. And it's powerful. I mean, more or less, it makes you feel like you're in a different place for sure. Anyways, this is I remember I didn't even see it yesterday, and then this morning I got up and I was Google translating with the young gentleman that's here, and actually I was asking him, I'm very curious about the children and learning English, and I feel, I don't know what kind of, I think I'd be a great teacher, to be honest, but I haven't got any education on how to teach correctly, and so I was asking him about it, and he was telling me that the kids start learning English in grade 6. And I thought, well, that's stupid. Not stupid, better than nothing at all, but my goodness, think about, I'm sure most of us know children learn, wow, they learn. They should be, if they're going to learn English, they could learn at 2 or 3 years old, when they're learning their own language. And they'll just pick it up like nothing. I know I've met some kids that are, 4 or 5 years old, and they're English is wow, wow, guys. So again, I woke up this morning and I was in too far. It's just a little trail. It's very jungly in here. It's very quiet. The guy's he's it's extremely safe here. You're fine. He's just remember to find your way back. Just remember your way back. That's your only concern. Because already there's been a couple of different paths that I've taken, but I think I'll be okay. Anyway, so I just was asking him, and I did tell him that, it looks like there's a little place up here built. Look at this rock I gotta climb. Isn't that amazing? not got to, get to. Anyways, no, I won't make a super long video. I think it's so amazing. It's so beautiful. I wanted to show you some of northern Vietnam. I feel very, 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 very drawn here. The place I'm staying at, the guy's like, he's just over the moon happy. They don't get many foreigners here at all. And they're just the people are just they're tucked away from everything, and it's amazing to find these places because they exist, but not many people, you know. I know, like, up in the northern Vietnam, a popular Ha Sung is a popular place where people go. They do this big here I'll spin around so you can see the mountains, at least, if you're gonna look at me too. I don't know where it is. They're up there. Anyways, yeah, there's some popular places, some tourist places up here in northern Vietnam, but there's also some very remote places that not very many tourists are. And I'm getting guided away from the tourist areas, which is okay with me, because if you know me, that's not my thing, right? And but not far from where I am is called Sapa. And Sapa is like, it's not a city. I think it's just like a village, but it's like really tourist and popular. And I literally was go opposite direction, and so I did, and that's when I discovered this place. So yeah, I guess that's I just more or less I didn't really want to make a, oh my goodness, look at this, guys. Like, look at that. I mean, you know what? You'll never get what's on video or a picture. We all know that. It's not what you see with your own eyes. But honestly, I mean, if you could see that with your own eyes, it's just wow. Wow factor. I've got the wow factor here. I might as well climb while I talk. You know, I have this wow factor when I'm in, like, you know, Western Canada or Alaska or whatever, right? And you're hiking in the mountains, you get this same, I have the same feel, right, as this. But what's better about this is there's not like 1,000 people that are, you know, in the same place, right? In the same place. Wow, look at it here. This is amazing. But yeah, that peak up there is like, wow. I keep getting a glimpse of it, and I'm just like, yeah, I mean, guys, if you like this stuff, come to northern Vietnam. I haven't discovered anything in the world. Like, I haven't been anywhere, to be honest, really, compared to the world. So, you know, I know there's a million more places, but it's definitely something you could add to your list if you're someone that likes to hike and, you know, in these, look at this trail going up and around. And I mean, it's just rugged, and it's actually, for me, it's a dream. This is the terrain that I just absolutely love. What are we in? This is March like 19th or something, 2024. It's I don't know, they have different seasons here. They do have a monsoon season, so you got to be careful. And you can see where you could see where the water would run here. And yeah, it must be just nuts when it's I don't really have not that I've ever had proper footwear or anything. I've never had proper anything. You know, I don't really believe in it. People spend thousands and thousands of dollars, you know. I'm not like knocking people or anyone or anything, but I mean, to go hike in this isn't like hiking I'm not climbing Mount Everest, and you know, it's going to be like frigid conditions where you need it's a beautiful, warm, gorgeous day. Like, a pair of running shoes and track pants is all I need. I don't need anyways, I just think that, and you know what, I don't even blame people. We get sucked into people, and we get sucked into all the temptation, right? Oh, I need the latest bike, I need the latest phone, I need the latest gear. That's bullshit. You know, you're just spending your money, and people are lost. And I mean, and again, I don't mean that in a negative way. It's not even anybody's fault. Well, it is somebody's fault. It's the big guys, right? The ones that have created it all, that created this distraction. And wow, I'm actually huffing and puffing because, to be honest, I'm completely out of shape. And I'm not afraid to admit it. I mean, I haven't been, look at that beautiful butterfly. Wow, can you see it? I love butterflies, which I'm sure you can tell. Look, I guess it'd be this way. I don't know what that might look like. Anyways, enough about the garbage, right? Get out there and live, guys, wherever you are, even if it's just in your own backyard. And I'm getting pretty excited to go back for my camp host job. Like since I've been here, I think I know this. The whole manifesting thing, guys, is really a thing. I really, it's difficult because a lot of times it's something that you gotta believe in well before it happens, right? And so for me, you know, I've constantly been, you know, talking to, you know, sometimes I mention it to the last homestay. The last homestay I was at, I mentioned it to the guy about finding a place that, you know, that I could settle in at and come back and spend some time. And then all of a sudden I get guided here, and it's even, you know, more profound. Xin chao. I'm gonna let you go so I have a nice interaction.